All right, today is a really important day if you have not filed your 2024 tax return. Despite the government shutdown, the tax filing extension deadline is still today. This is for people who filed an extension April 15th. And Doug Snyder is a certified public accountant and a tax advisor, as well as a board member of the South Carolina Association of CPAs. You've got all the checks for the expert that we should be talking to this morning. And he's here with us to share the important information you need to know. And Doug, this is for people who filed in individual extension and C corporation businesses.
Correct. It's due today.
Yeah.
So there's no more extensions for the individuals or the C corporation.
Specific forms that those folks must
The
fill out.
1040 is for the individuals and the 1120 is for the corporations.
Okay, and of course we know the IRS does not mess around with late filings or payments. What kind of penalties could people be looking at?
There are significant penalties for both not filing and not paying. So there's a 5% per month for not paying, and then there's a 0.5% for not filing. So you really need to file as soon as you can, because even if you can't file today, the quicker you're able to file, then the penalties will slow down.
And I want to make a quick correction. That's supposed to say 0.5% for not paying.
Per month. That's right. 0.5% of unpaid taxes per month. And then the 5% of unpaid per month. So remember, that's per month. That's not an annual rate.
Right.
So that really stacks up. The other issue you want to really consider is don't forget about the state, because the South Carolina penalties are basically the same.
Yeah, I was going to ask, what are the specific penalties for South Carolina?
The same.
Okay.
But it's what you owe to South Carolina, not the IRS.
All right, and explain, what happens the longer it takes you to submit your tax return? I mean, there's a variety of reasons someone might be unable to pay. How can someone be able to reduce that penalty, or what's the best, advice you have for that?
The best advice is try to figure out what you owe, because the penalties really stack up on not paying in. So you're able to get around not paying it all in by requesting an installment agreement from the IRS.
Yeah.
So if you can do nothing else, if you can't get your tax return filed, I would try to figure out how much you owe and then get that installment request in, because that way the penalties on that will stop.
Let's talk about the government shutdown. The IRS, I think, furloughed about 34,000 people last week. This is going to greatly impact people who do need the help.
It does. I wish I had better information for you that somewhere else you can go, but I even tried yesterday to call the tax advocacy office here, and you get a response that because of the furlough, they're not going to be able to take that response. And so even some of the groups that are helping that aren't part of the IRS, sometimes you can go, especially during the April time frame, you can go to, say, the library, and there's groups that help, and they're not really there either because they don't get the support from the IRS. So the best you can do is try to do what you can through the IRS website, because that is still up and running.
And I know, of course, you're the expert, so if folks want to get in touch with you today, if they want your help, how can they do that?
We will, if you can either go to the website and do a contact us or call in, or we try to help you as best we can on this last day.
And that is DougSnyderCPA.com.
Yes.
So, all right, Doug, we thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate it. Wish you the best of luck. Hopefully it's a stress-free day for you as well.
Thank you.